Howdy, folks. Woody Walls from NeedCoffee.com here. Back again for another Wayhomer review. Here's how it works. I turn on the lights. That's how it works. Here's how it works for those of you who are uninitiated. I've just left the cinema where I've seen a film, which is what one normally does at a cinema, and we're going to talk about it on my way home. We're here today to talk about, it's kind of a funny story. Alright, so, synopsis. The synopsis is, a young man by the name of Craig is having a bit of a problem with, I don't know, life, basically. The stress of schoolwork, family, of liking some girl, pretty much, you know, all the stuff that comes with breathing, has really got him a bit messed up. And so he is, he's a bit overstressed, and he has been depressed, and he has been thinking, shall we say, dark thoughts. So one day, he's thought some pretty dark thoughts, gets a little freaked out, and wanders over to the hospital and decides to seek some professional help, and winds up getting committed for 5 days, at least 5 days. And just goes from there. So that's the synopsis. Now, what you need to know is, from the trailer, what most people took away from the trailer is that it's just, oh, well, that's a funny film. That's that small, funny indie comedy with Zach Galifianakis in it. Or, actually, most people probably said, that's that small, indie, funny comedy with that guy from The Hangover in it, and I can never remember or spell his name. So, here's the deal. It was a good trailer, by the way. The trailer was cut really well, and so that you kind of knew going into it what you're going to get. One of those life lessons kind of movies that's annoying, that's not annoying, in that life lessons movie kind of way, if that makes sense. I think we all know the type that we're talking about here, where there are lessons with a capital L that kind of flash in neon and are presented to you, you know, on a platter, and they just go, hi, I'm a lesson. And you think, wow. So it's kind of like, the only thing missing is, like, in those kind of movies, is a Muppet, really. Because it's really kind of like the life lesson equivalent of Near and Far, if you know what I'm saying. So, it looked like it was not going to be one of those films. Could have been, very easily could have been. All of those, a good life lesson sort of film can very easily devolve into something that you just go, oh. But the good news is, it really doesn't do that. Partly because that it's well written and actually funny, and does those things. It's kind of like a neat comedy without being a neat and tidy comedy, if you get the difference, the subtle difference there. Not everything is clean, not everything is tidy, and yet it is neat in that it is well constructed. Not only is it well constructed, but you also have a great cast. I think I'm saying his name right. Keir Gilchrist, who plays Craig, quite good. Shows a bit of a range, considering that you know, he's supposed to spend most of the movie uncertain and depressed, which, having been a male of his age, I can tell you is probably as natural as, I don't know, blinking. So he does really well. Emma Roberts is quite good in it, but I think the real revelation for most of us is Zach Galifianakis, otherwise known as that funny guy from The Hangover, whose name you can't remember or even spell. I had to learn how to spell it myself. I'm not going to spell it on camera because I'll screw it up. But he's actually quite good, and quite good in that funny, but yet able to have some moments of seriousness going on. And not even moments of seriousness like you would get in, say, a Robin Williams trying to be dramatic bad film, and there's a difference between that and a Robin Williams trying to be dramatic good film, like, say, Good Will Hunting, or Dead Poets Society. You have those moments where it's just a flash of seriousness that's more internal with Galifianakis than anything else. And that works really well. and it makes me happy. I would like to see more of that. As much fun as he is in something like The Hangover, or, of course, naturally, they showed the trailer for Due Date in front of this. As funny as he is in that, it's always good to see something else, and it's a small comedy like this in which he's really able to stretch a bit. And I think it's good for him, and it's good for us as the audience, because, you know, if he was just the kooky guy in all of these other films, it'd get kind of bored. I mean, he would be doing the kooky guy equivalent of doing another, you know, a series of Are We There Yet films, if that makes sense. So no, small, lovely little indie comedy that actually says a few things. And again, as we've talked about recently, in films we've talked about, you can say things without having to say them, without the silver platter, without the neon flashing lights. And that's much more satisfying if you can meet the filmmakers halfway, as opposed to, you know, having it rammed down your throat via the tool of your choice. It's much more satisfying as a film. So that's I think what the gist of the film is that it's satisfying. Do I think that you need to probably run out and see it on the big screen, pay full price? No, not necessarily. I think it'll work fine on DVD later. I think if you would like to see that kind of comedy and just want to go out to the movies, sure, go for it. See a matinee if possible. But I think it works, and it does satisfy. So I'm thinking, because of that, and because of a lovely little bit towards the middle that I won't say a thing about because it was an utter surprise to me and a delightful one. That and other things, I would say 3.5 out of 5 cups. Pretty happy with that rating. So it's kind of a funny story. It's kind of a good movie, and it's worth checking out at your leisure. No need to rush out, but do check it out when it comes out on DVD sometime in the next 6 to 9 weeks. So that's it. There's your Wayhomer review. Thanks to all of you who watch these things and hopefully take some benefit from them. If you do enjoy them, we ask that you retweet this, stumble it, Facebook it, dig it, carve it into stone, drop it off of a high place. I don't know. Whatever you do with these things socially, you crazy social network people, when you pass the word along, it helps out Need Coffee. So we appreciate that. So until next time, I will say be good. Bye. Also, Ativan is apparently good. We learned that too.